Terrorism succeeds when fear and hatred rule our hearts. We must not allow it to conquer us. Nelson Mandela. Terrorism is a crime against humanity. We must never compromise our principles in response to it. Kofi Annan. Darkness cannot drive out darkness. Only light can do that. Hate cannot drive out hate. Only love can do that. Martin Luther King, Jr. With guns, you can kill terrorists. With education, you can kill terrorism. Malala Yousafzai. A free press can be good or bad, but most certainly, without freedom, the press will never be anything but bad. Albert Camus. An eye for an eye only ends up making the whole world blind. Mahatma Gandhi. Terrorism is the psychological weapon of the weak. Khalil Gibran. Terrorism is a desperate and destructive form of expression in a world that has become numb to dialogue and diplomacy. Shimon Peres. Terrorism is an assault on our values of freedom, democracy, and human rights. Barack Obama. Terrorism is a global threat that requires a unified and coordinated response from the international community. Theresa May. Terrorism seeks to divide us. Our response should be to come together, united in our values and our determination to defeat it. Angela Merkel. Terrorism is the last resort of those who lack the intellect and the imagination to bring about change through peaceful means. Salman Rushdie. Terrorism is a psychological warfare. Terrorists try to manipulate us and change our behavior by creating fear, uncertainty, and division in society. Mia Bloom. Terrorism is fundamentally a political act, not a religious one. It seeks to disrupt and undermine the existing order in pursuit of its own agenda. Martha Crenshaw. Terrorism is a cancer that seeks to destroy the fabric of our society. We must stand united against it. David Cameron. Terrorism is a global issue that requires a global response based on cooperation and understanding. Antonio Guterres. Terrorism is the weapon of cowards who have no respect for human life. Tony Blair. Terrorism does not represent any religion or culture. It is a perversion of humanity. Pope Francis. Terrorism is fueled by a toxic mix of ideology, poverty, and despair. We must address the root causes if we want to eradicate it. Ban Ki-moon. Terrorism is a symptom of a sick society. We must invest in education, health care, and social justice to create a more resilient and inclusive world. Mary Robinson. Terrorism seeks to spread fear and division. Our response should be to stand united and resilient. Queen Elizabeth II.